Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gory Wolf, and today I will be doing a zombie look for Halloween. All of October is Halloween, in case you're wondering. I'm keeping this intro very short, so let's get right into it. I have already put foundation on my skin. Not quite, and it is dry now and ready to go. So I know the first thing I want to try and do is go ahead and start kind of darkening up under my eyes, and I'll probably do that with the James Charles palette first. So let's get into the James Charles palettes. Set those behind me. Alright. To darken up my under eyes, I think I'm going to use Boutique, which is this color right here. It's kind of like a red-brown. And then I'll probably use No Beans, which is kind of directly below it. Just this color right here. And maybe a combination of that and 10% off to kind of darken up under here a little bit. And I'm going to be using the brushes that I used last year for this look. And I used this brush right here. I use it to kind of help pack on the color, but it's still fluffy enough that it's not like really packing it in there. It's kind of giving it that smoky, tired look. And then I'll probably also add a little bit of a purple, which I'll use Escape probably for that, to help really kind of darken up these under eyes. So first thing I'm going in with is Boutique. So I'm just going to tap into that color and kind of just go for it. And then doing the same kind of thing to the other side. I'll be going back and forth between eyes, so that way I'm doing it all at once. Like that. Kind of liking how this eye is looking a little better than the... Then I'm going to go in with No Beans and just kind of really get in under. Actually, I'm going to use a thinner brush here. I'm going to use this crease brush, and I'm going to go in with No Beans, and I'm just going to get really up under my eye to kind of help make my eye look a little sunken in. And getting into that inner corner on the lower lash line, just to kind of help it sink in a little bit. You can definitely really tell the difference between this eye and this eye. I think I might need to add a little more of Boutique on this eye. Maybe just drag Benny, or not Benny, sorry, Boutique, or No Beans, sorry, cannot talk today, down a little bit, kind of just smudge it out. Like so. I'm also going to take a little bit of Escape and also just lightly dragging it under my eye. Now I'm going to be taking a combination of No Beans and Benny, which is this color, this dark brown right here, and No Beans, this color right here. And I'm going to be taking a combination of that, a little bit more of No Beans, and going back with that first brush I used, tapping between the colors just a little bit. And I'm going to start putting that on the lid, all over the lid. Not worrying about blending it too much because skin is uneven if it's trying to give a more natural look to it. So keeping it quite uneven, darkening some spots more than others. Well, that might have been a little too much there. Taking that and just kind of smudging it out. Even taking maybe a little bit of it under the eye and just kind of making it look a little bruised. And even maybe taking a little bit of Escape to the top and kind of just packing some of that color on there. Doing the same thing to the other eye. Like that. Just kind of darkening up those eyes. Now, we're going to work on a little bit of contouring using my contouring brush. Now I'm going to kind of just take that, and I think I'm going to use Punch Me. A combination of Punch Me and No Beans. A combination of Punch Me and No Beans. So Punch Me is this color right here. It's kind of a caramely brown, and then that color, No Beans. And taking kind of a combination of the two of those on my brush. Remember, splotchy is okay because it's not going to be a perfect line for the skin. Kind of just going in circling motion, blending in the foundation with the shadow. Trying to get it to look a little more skin-like. And if you really wanted to, you could put a big old bruise there to help kind of. You can already kind of see the difference. This side of my face looks a little slimmer than this side. This side's got a little chub to it, looks like, compared to the shadowing. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap into Benny, and I'm going to tap into Flashback to kind of dilute it down a little bit to see if that helps. Remember, makeup is all about trial and error, and there's no correct way to do it. It's kind of all opinion based. No right or wrong in makeup. It's all about how the artist themselves interprets it. Oh, I think I like this side better, actually. Yes, I think I like this side better. Yeah, that looks a lot better than this side, I think. Well, yeah, I think this side looks better by far. But remember, it's all trial and error. You just gotta see what looks good for you and what you think looks good. All about perspective and how you see things. Just kind of playing around with it and seeing what you like and what you don't like. Because at the end of the day, if you like it and you think it looks good, then it looks good. It's all about what you think and not about everybody else. Because if you're happy, that's all that matters. I'm going to take a really fluffy brush and kind of just take a little bit of Punch Me. Kind of just work that in a little bit up here. Wherever I think it fits. Kind of maybe just like back in with that fluffy blurring brush. Take a little bit of Benny. Tap it off. Add a little bit of flashback. Alright, now I'm gonna kinda contour a little bit through here just to kinda sink it in a little bit, but not a whole lot. And to do that, I'm gonna use my crease brush and I'm gonna go in with Punch Me. Just trying to kinda make the eyes up here look a little more sunken in, I think. I'm gonna kinda take a little bit of tea, just this color right here. It's a brown, and I'm gonna kind of take that with that same blurring brush, and I'm kind of just gonna take a little bit of it, kind of go up here and sink in this area. I'm gonna kind of also take a little bit of tea and kind of just bring the shadow down a little more. Just to kind of make my face look a little slimmer. Because you're really just kind of defining your bone structure to help kind of sell the deceased part. As a saying we have at work, nature isn't perfect. And neither are we. So now that I've done that, and I've kind of defined those features a little bit. Oh, that was dark. I'm going to put maybe a few bruises. I think I want one right here, maybe up here. And I'm going to try and use the James palette for this. I've never tried to do like a bruise with this, so we'll see how this goes. I think I'm going to take a little bit of Boutique since it has that red-brown color. And then I'm going to go with Cola, which is that true blue color right here. Oops. This color right here. And a little bit of Boutique and maybe a touch of Benny. And I'm just gonna... Ooh, that's dark. That is... I think that's a little too dark. We'll see what we can do with it. It doesn't look horrible, it's just a little dark, so I'm going to take a little bit of canvas and just kind of lighten it up a little bit. Not dragging it, just tapping it directly on where I want to lighten it. It's not a horrible bruise. I'm going to add a little more blue and a touch of Escape. Do a little bit of the circle, add a little more Benny. Kind of take my finger and drag it just to make it seem like a dirtied up, bruised. I'm going to add a little more blue. Of cola. I'm using cola. And a little Escape. I don't hate it. And then I'm going to take a little bit of I'm going to take a little bit of Mary, which is this color right here. It's kind of like a mauvey pinkish color. I'm going to take a little bit of that. Just add a little bit of reds in there so it's not all cool tone. Like that. And then I think I want to add one like here. See if I can just transfer some of that color. Sometimes when I'm doing like makeup looks and stuff, I'll be wiping like the colors off on my arm and I'm like moving it in a circle, and sometimes my friends, they'll be like, I'll forget to like wipe it off before I go to school or wherever I'm going, and my friends will be like, where'd you get that bruise? I'm like, ooh, that's actually from me wiping my brush off on my arm. Nothing serious, I promise. I'm gonna put one here on my chin. I'm gonna add a little blue to this. Just kind of twisting the brush. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. Ooh, that looks really blue on camera. Kind of just mix what colors you think a bruise would look like and kind of just smear it on your face. And sometimes it'll look like a bruise, sometimes you'll have to add, and you just gotta play around with it a little bit. I'm gonna add one on the side of my nose, or like a yellowy red one. I don't know how well you'll see it. Yeah, I'm using Tune and Mary. Because you know, like those healing bruises, they get that yucky yellowy green color. So maybe I'll take a little bit of Tune and a little bit of Social Blade. Not too much Social Blade, but this is Social Blade right here. It's like a lime green kind of color. A little bit of Tune and just a tiny little bit of Social Blade. Healy kind of, almost kind of healing bruise, but not completely. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Add a little more pigment maybe. Not too much Social Blade though, because that Social Blade will give it that green kind of healing bruise feel, but not, I kind of like that. Give it a little more pigment, not too much though, like that. I don't know how well you can see it, but that is what it looks like. And for the final touch of my zombie, the lips for sure. And then I have a little thing that I put on. So I think for the lips, I'll typically take a little bit of black shadow or a gray shadow, and I'm gonna put foundation on my lips just to give it that blank canvas. And I'm gonna apply it with my finger actually. Kind of mute down my pink lips. Get them to match my skin as close as I can. And then, once they match and they kind of blend in, I'm gonna take that same crease brush and a little bit of Spooky black and a little bit of flashback to give it that kind of charcoaly kind of gray look, and just go right on the center of my lip to kind of give it that, and add a little bit of, I think I'm going to add a little bit of cola. Kind of drag it and make it messy. And then I'm going to use canvas to kind of cover back up those spots where my pink lips are showing through. And to kind of help lighten up that black a little bit, so it's that nice charcoaly gray color. And then I will see you in a second with a special little extra thing that I thought would be cute with this. Alright everybody, I'm back, and I don't know why, but every time I think of a zombie character, I always like think of these like vests for some reason, and the messy kind of hair. So this is the final kind of look. So to achieve this hairstyle, I kind of just take a comb and I just kind of back comb or tease the hair just a little, and it kind of just positions and makes it look messy. And then to properly get out teasing, you start from the end and you just work your way up. Be careful not to pull your hair too much, and you just work it all the way down. Never get it wet until you know that you got all the teasing out, like that, and see, it goes back to being normal. But then if I were to tease it again, starting back here and kind of just working your way to the ends, and it makes it teased. My hair is so damaged that it teases really easily. Really healthy hair is a bit harder to tease. You'll have to, you know, dirty it up a little bit, put some dry shampoo in it. You don't want like clean hair. Clean hair is a lot harder to tease than dirtier hair or damaged hair like mine. Mine is pretty damaged and dried out from all the bleaching that I've done. Yeah, that's the final look, and I hope you guys enjoyed. It's not a perfect zombie, I know that, but it's a start. You know, it's somewhere. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will link my social media down below as always, and a few videos that I think you guys would enjoy. So, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. That was my try being spooky. Bye, guys.